Hello everybody! I love TV shows and I usually like to watch them little by little. But, last weekend I started watching Sense8 and let's say I watched the whole season over the weekend. I'm not going to review it, mainly because I feel like I'm still living in that show, so I wouldn't be objective. Still, I want to suggest it to everyone who doesn't know it or hasn't watched it yet. So, here you have my top 8 reasons why you should stop whatever you're doing and start watching Sense8 right now. Number 8. You liked Cloud Atlas. Cloud Atlas came out 3 years ago and it was one hell of a movie. Written and directed by the Wachowskis and Tom Tykwer, it developed 6 different storylines set in 6 different historical moments, but somehow all connected. In Sense8 we find the same theme and you can sense it. If you liked Cloud Atlas, go for Sense8 with no fear. And if you didn't know this movie, well, you've got something else you should watch. Just saying. Number 7. It's Netflix. Netflix original shows are good and you know it. Think of The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and of Grace and Frankie. Think of Narcos and of Marco Polo. Think about Orange is the New Black and House of Cards. Think about Dare Freaking Devil. That show was a blast. Well, this one is no exception. Netflix guaranteed. Number 6. It's Hot. You may say you want a well-written show, and this is. There are superb dialogues and a few heartbreaking monologues. But don't lie, you do like handsome naked actors and actresses in your show. Well, don't worry, you'll have plenty of them. There is nudity and sweat, there is sex, there are boobs and booties, and even a male full frontal. Also, there is one scene that we can't really call a sex scene because it's so much more, but it's probably one of the best sex scenes in TV history. Tumblr loved it. Number 5. Gender and sexuality. You get 8 protagonists and a whole bunch of other characters, and well, they're not all the same. There is diversity, there is representation in a lot of possible ways. Clearly, the majority is made of cisgender straight men and women, but there are positive examples of homosexual characters, both male and female, and one of the protagonists will be revealed to be trans. If we consider that the Wachowskis at the time of Matrix used to be known as 2 male brothers, and Lana only came out as a woman a few years ago, they know their stuff. Number 4. An international cast. Staying on the topic of diversity, the cast is extremely heterogeneous. While American productions often focus on American actors and make them pretend to be from somewhere else, here we get characters from different continents, almost always portrayed by local actors. Yeah, Kafios from Nairobi, Kenya is portrayed by a British actor, but his buddy Yela, Paulo Gola, really is from Kenya. Donna Bai, who already worked quite a lot with these directors, is not only really from Seoul, South Korea, but she also started her acting career in the Korean version of The Ring. Kala is Tina Desai, a beautiful Bollywood actress, and Wolfgang is a great German actor. You should watch The Wave, where he appears. It's a really cool film on totalitarianism. Also, Lito is the Mexican Miguel Angel Silvestre, a famous Latin American actor. There are a lot of different settings and a beautiful photography, and the local cast helps making this world believable. Number 3. The World. The world of Sense8 feels real. We jump from one country to another, and all of them feel authentic. We see this world from the eyes of this cluster, the Sense8s. 8 people connected together after being reborn, who learn little by little to know each other no matter the distance, to visit each other, to see the world through different eyes, to feel what someone else is feeling, to share their abilities and capabilities, to compensate and help one another. For how absurd this might sound, it feels possible and real. The show does a great work in throwing you inside it. The viewer becomes somehow the 9th person of the cluster, and it's awesome. Number 2. A great soundtrack. The world of Sense8 wouldn't be this cool without a proper soundtrack. An engaging opening is just the tip of the iceberg. Artists like Zoe Wise, Lika Lee, Ludwig van Beethoven can be listened to in the show, and there is no moment where the music doesn't match the images. We can hear the Icelandic band Sigur Rós, for example, a couple of times. The first one being as soon as one characters arrive in Iceland. The music helps emotional dialogues to touch your heart, and action moments to pump you up. Also, the first time the 8 characters are all connected together, they are singing Call for Bronze, What's Up, and it's one hell of a moment. Number 1. Feelings, emotions, sensations. You don't watch Sense8 for an intricate plot to be developed all the time. You don't watch it because the Sense8s are hunted and to discover its mysteries. Those are the main elements in a lot of TV shows already, but this is not the case. You watch Sense8 to get in touch with its characters, to see what they see, to feel what they feel. You laugh with them and you get scared with them. You worry about them and you scream their suggestions. All you care about is the characters. It's a show made of feelings and emotions, where a cop based in Chicago can suddenly get to a pub in London and meet a beautiful girl, where an Indian girl can find a German guy in her room, where your girlfriend can believe you see and hear other people instead of thinking you're crazy and break up with you. Sense8 is the overwhelming adventure of a bunch of extremely diverse people, and for how different they may be, each and every one of them will be relatable, in at least one way. It's one of the best origin stories I've ever watched, because I experienced it with them.